Test, test, test.
Welcome to the regular meeting of the Clear Lake City Council at Clear Lake City Hall Chambers, 14050 Olympic Drive in Clear Lake. We'll be bringing the meeting to order at 6 p.m. Begin. Can I have a roll call?
Councilmember Wilson,
Present.
Councilmember Hooton, Councilmember Downey, Vice Mayor Slotin,
Here.
And Mayor Kramer.
Here. Thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing afterwards. Councilmember Hooton, could you lead us, please?
Yes, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, tonight, I don't have anybody here for prayer. I just want to have a moment of silence. We had a young man, a student at Lower Lake High School, was in a very, very serious motorcycle accident earlier this week. Has been flown out to another hospital, and I want us all to keep him in our thoughts. So if you'll give me a moment. Thank you. Okay, you may be seated, please. Okay, I'm gonna first, I don't do this every meeting, but I want to go through the meeting procedures. All items on the agenda will be open for public comments before final action is taken. Citizens wishing to introduce written material into the record at the public meeting on any item are requested to provide a copy of the written material to the Administrative Services Director, City Clerk, this lady right over here, prior to the meeting date so that the material may be distributed to the City Council prior to the meeting. Speakers must restrict comments to the item as it appears on the agenda and stay within a 3-minute time limit. Mayor has the discretion of limiting the total discussion time on any item. And if you're in or on the Zoom meeting, please note that only written comments will be taken via Zoom using the Q&A chat feature. Please enter your comment into the Q&A chat. Okay, moving on, adoption of the agenda. Mr. City Manager, do we have any noted modifications to the agenda?
No changes, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I'll take a motion in a second.
I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, motions have been made by Vice Mayor Slotin and seconded by Councilmember Hooton. Please vote in your portal.
Motion passes with unanimous vote of the council.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, we'll now move on to presentations. The first would be the presentations of August adoptable dogs.
Hello, everybody. So for this month's adoptable dog, we brought Clutch. He's a 6-year-old pit bull mix with a heart full of love. Clutch is the definition of a love bug, affectionate, friendly, and always ready for a cuddle session. He is not only incredibly social, but he also gets along fabulously with other dogs, making him the perfect sidekick for your adventures. Whether at the dog park or relaxing at home, Clutch's friendly demeanor shines through. He has a playful spirit and enjoys chasing after toys or engaging in a fun game of tug-of-war. Clutch has a balanced energy level. He's happy to go on daily walks or join you for a fun trip to the dog park, but he's equally content snuggling up on the couch for some quality downtime. Clutch thrives on social interaction, so he would love a family that enjoys spending time together, whether that's playing, exploring, or just hanging out. He'd fit well into a home with other dogs who share his friendly nature. Clutch is ready to find his forever home where he can shower you with affection and companionship. If you're looking for a loyal friend who will always greet you with a wagging tail and a heart full of love, Clutch is your guy. He is neutered, microchipped, and up to date on all vaccines. Come meet him and all of our other adoptable dogs. We are located at 6820 Old Highway 53, and we are open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. 7 days a week. See you there.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, Council. The intake for dogs into the shelter to date are 256. 253 have left the shelter, 47 are rescues, 181 returned to owner, 24 adopted, and 1 had been euthanized over the year. That's a 99.27% release rate. Current shelter population is 60 dogs with 58 adult dogs, 2 puppies, which is from 58 dogs with the prior month of 52 adult dogs and 6 puppies.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to the next item, presentation of Future Farmers of America. Come on up, guys.
Hello, everyone. I am Marissa Gutierrez from Lower Lake FFA. This year, I'm their president. This year, we are going to talk about our fair animals that we're taking to the Lake County Fair. So I'm going to start first. I've been doing the fair for 3 years now, and this year I'm taking 2 lambs, 2 wethers to be specific. Their names are Shrek and Donkey. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Shrek weighs 111 and Donkey weighs 103. We're waiting for bigger results, but so far I'm gonna leave you with Frederick.
My name is Frederick. I'm the current vice president of the Lower Lake FFA chapter. I'm raising 2 ewe lambs. One of them is named Andromeda. She weighs 118 pounds. And the other one, Supernova, she weighs 122 pounds. Oh, and this is my first year doing fair.
Are you showing or are you trying to sell too? Are these market lambs? Okay.
Hello, my name is Katrina Nante. This is my first year doing fair. I am taking 2 Hampshire lambs, a ewe and a wether. My ewe's name is Lady May, and my wether's name is Randy.
You.
Hello, my name is Chelsea, and this is my first year doing fair. I am going to be taking a wether, and his name is Toby.
Hello, my name is Nicholas. I am taking a steer. This is my 2nd year doing fair. My steer is a Black Angus, and his name is Barrett.
Hello, my name is Lucero Gomez. This is my first year in fair. I'm taking a wether, and his name is Chapulín, and he is 140 pounds.
140.
Hello, my name is Jarrell. I'm bringing 2 goats, 1 dwarf goat and 1 Bora goat. And their names are Freddie Mercury and Fried Chicken.
Hi, my name is Emily Allard, and I am taking 2 market lambs. This is my 2nd year and final year of doing fair. My wether is 120 pounds. His name is Apollo, and my ewe is 118 pounds, and her name is Eclipse. I hope to see you at the fair.
Thank you. And I would like to say thank you to everyone for letting us talk to you about our fair animals tonight. And yeah, the Lake County auction is on August 30th on Saturday. And thank you for everyone for having us in this lovely evening. Thank you.
You would like for so what would you like from us on coming to the fair? What do you want us to do?
No, we just appreciate the way we can able to talk and be able to let everybody in the county know that we're doing it. So this is just a great way for us to be more out there and promoting. So
You want us to be coming and raising our hands too, I'm thinking.
yeah, if you guys want to cheer us on, that'll be really grateful. Thank you. Yes.
All right.
No any further questions?
All right. Pardon me? Any questions of our affairs?
doing.
I appreciate you guys. You know that. And good luck at the fair.
Thank you.
Okay, we're now going to move to public comment. The time for any member of the public to address the city council on any matter not on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city. The Brown Act, with limited exceptions, does not allow the council or staff to discuss issues brought forth under public comment. The council cannot take action on non-agenda items. Concerns may be referred to staff or placed on a future agenda. Please note that comments from the public will also be taken on each agenda item. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person. All right, I do have two written requests here. And the first one is from Karen Killian. Ms. Killian, would you like to come up are you here? Maybe I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Any Karens out there? Okay, well. All right, we'll move on to Jody Westfall.
Good evening, Mayor Kramer and fellow council members. My name is Jody Westfall and I live at 15435 Mason Street here in Clear Lake. And I just wanted to thank the fire crew that put the fire out in my neighborhood on the 15th of this month. They were right on it. I live in a forest area and it was scary. So anyway, they were right on it and they put the fire out and we were really glad. Also, I want to acknowledge the volunteers for the SPCA and their spay and neuter program. They're doing a fantastic job. All the people over there in Kelseyville volunteering. And also, I wanted to mention that there's 2 Cal Recycle programs going on right now that the city of Clear Lake would gain by. I don't need any comments. I just want to say.
We can't make it.
Okay. The first one is they're taking applications for the CRV redemption program. They have a lot of money they want to give to somebody and we need to have a place to cash in our CRVs or we shouldn't be charged at the store. We have no place to cash. Also, Cal Recycle has the whole tire program for paving streets. It's a pilot project and it's going on right now and they're accepting applications for that. And my neighborhood needs it really bad. It's become a health and safety problem. I have to take nasal sprays because the dust is so bad. Plus I drive a Tesla and it's not good for my EV vehicle either. The dust is just so bad. And I'm here to support the coalition, Animal Coalition No Kill program. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Westfall. Okay, that's all the written requests for comments. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak?
My name's Stephanie Hummel and I'm from Clear Lake and I just want to say hi to everybody. And I'm just, I can't say I'm at a loss for words because I'm here to say what I want to say. But I just want you guys to be aware of, or ask you if you're aware of what's going on with the insurance, medical insurance, with supposedly Aetna leaving, and we're just not getting a lot of good things. It's really bad. It's really, 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 really bad. And that's why I'm here. And I know I wanted to let you know that sometimes Joyce is having people come over to the senior center, and I wanted to, invite you because they're going to be talking to us. And it's really bad. Please help us. Please help us. Thank you.
Ready? This lady right here is first. Okay. So public comments not on the agenda. If you like, sir.
How you doing this evening? I'm Edward Allen Horvath, and I'm speaking on behalf of my 25 or 30 wolf dogs at home. I don't want to have a kill shelter, but I would like.
Sure, that's, well,
I would like to see what we could do more about spading and neutering our dogs, because I got like 3 pregnant dogs at home right now. And I mean, that's an awful lot of dogs to feed. Anyways, I want to speak on behalf of the no-kill shelter.
are there any other comments? Ms. Valdez, come on up, state your name, or Garcia, come up and state your name. I always get you turned around.
Hi, everybody. I'm Margaret Garcia, City of Clear Lake. It's good to see everybody. I know I've been out of the loop here the last couple of meetings and right. I just am curious. I'm hoping someone could tell me who was the fire station that put the fire out the weekend of the 2nd of August here in this city. It was at the City of Clear Lake, or I know there's several. Did everyone responded? I guess I don't know, but I just want to say maybe whoever was the captain in charge of that, they just did an incredible job putting that fire out, and they were so proactive at that fire, and they had that thing out so quick, and it could have really been a horrible incident. I mean, really gotten bad. So I just wanted to, make that statement that, I'm so grateful for that. And that's all I wanted to say. And good to see everybody.
We're all grateful for our fire department.
Alan, do you want to answer a question?
Yeah, I mean, just to, if you want me to address a little bit of Ms. Garcia's question. So,
Sure.
I mean, the incident commander would have been Chief Cepeda from Lake County Fire Protection District, obviously assistance from CAL FIRE, and, probably roughly a dozen other fire agencies from Northern California.
Okay. Any other public comments? All right, well, now then, we already. Please state your name and where you live.
Kathy Langless. Hello, everybody. I'm not for the kill shelter. I don't like that. I've lived here all my life, and I've worked with animal control before. I used to foster for the city of Clear Lake. I had 14 dogs at my house. And when the police department had the animal control and Lee Lambert was in charge, there wasn't a lot of dogs going over the lakeport to be killed because we had foster homes. And we need foster homes, and we need spay and neuter, like I've said a million times here. We got to get spay and neuter more acceptable because people don't have money for it.
If I can just interrupt, this is an agendized item. I think the public comment is encompassed within the agendized item, so I'd recommend that take place.
Yeah,
when it's
Kathy,
on there.
there is an agenda item that kind of deals with this if you wanted to. Your comments are more for it. Public
Okay.
comments are, so
All right.
if you'd like to come back up then. Okay, are there any other public comments not on an agendized item? All All right, then we will. Pardon me? I'm sorry, yeah, Madam Clerk, is there anything on Zoom?
There are no comments on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. I'll now close public comments. And we'll go to the consent agenda calendar, excuse me. All items listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the council requests otherwise, or if staff has requested a change under adoption of the agenda, in which case the item will be removed for separate consideration. Any item so removed will be taken up following the motion to approve the consent agenda. Are there any questions? Or anybody want to pull an item? No. Are there any comments from the public on a consent agenda item? Okay, no. Let's now take a motion.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
I second.
Motion's been made by Vice Mayor Slotin and seconded by Council Member Downey. Everyone vote in the portal.
Motion passes with unanimous vote of the council.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now move on to item 6, public hearing. Discussion and consideration of ordinance number 282-2025, an amendment to section 3-5.6 of the Clear Lake Municipal Code regarding the collection of fire mitigation impact fees. Please proceed with the staff report. The recommended action is to approve it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council member. So I can keep this pretty brief. We've talked about this a number of times, including last meeting where Chief Cepeda requested that the city stop collecting the fire mitigation fee and allow the district collect the fee. So what you have before you is an amendment to the existing ordinance that clarifies that fire district would collect the fees and have access to the 2% administrative fee as directed by the council at the last meeting. So I'll be happy to address any questions you have. Oh, I should say that I don't believe Chief Cepeda's staff is here tonight, but I did review this with him and he's in support of the language.
Okay. Are there any questions of staff and council? No. Seeing none, is there any public comment on this item? Mrs. Garcia?
Hi, Margaret Garcia, City of Clear Lake. I recall this being up for discussion. I don't know how many meetings ago, but I'm really, really glad to hear that that is what you guys decided. Because it just makes perfect sense, and anything else just seemed like some kind of diversion of money or funds or fees. But anyway, I'm really, really happy to hear that that's what happened here. So thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Garcia. Are there any other comments? Are there any comments on Zoom?
There are no comments on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, I'll bring this back then for deliberation and action. Anyone have any more comments or concerns? Being none. I'll now close the public hearing. And I'll take a motion on the item.
I move to approve the ordinance number 282-2025. Yeah. Is that all I need? Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, the motion has been made by Councilmember Downey and seconded by Vice Mayor Slotin. Please vote in the portal.
Motion passes with unanimous vote of the council.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll now move on to business items. Item 7, consideration of designation of voting delegates and alternates for the League of California Cities Annual Conference in October. The recommended action being to designate 1 voting delegate and up to 2 alternates. Mr. Flora, do you want to give us more on that?
Ms. Swanson will give us that report.
Honorable Mayor and council members, the council is being asked to designate a voting delegate and up to 2 alternate voting delegates for the Cal Cities Conference in October, which is scheduled for October 8th through the 10th in Long Beach. So at this meeting and at every annual meeting, the league membership considers and takes action on resolutions that establish the league policy. In order to vote at the annual business meeting, the council must designate a voting delegate. In the event that the designated voting delegate is unable to serve in that capacity, the council may appoint up to 2 alternates. However, we've not received any information on the issues coming up for vote before the league delegates. We anticipate that to be received in September. So at this time, it is up to the council to designate 1 voting delegate and up to 2 alternates.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from council?
No.
The item, public comment on this? Seeing none, I'll bring it back. I'm sorry, any comments on Zoom?
There are no comments on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, so we need to nominate 1 voting delegate and up to 2 alternates. So is there?
I move that we appoint our mayor as the voting delegate. And I move that Councilman Hooten as a first alternate. And are you going to be there, Alden? No, yeah. And Tara Downing, Councilwoman Karen Downing as the other alternate.
Okay. I think I got waylaid there. All right, well, the motion has been made by Vice Mayor Slotin. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Council Member Hooten. So we'll vote in the portal.
Motion passes with unanimous vote of the council.
Okay, so then I will be the voting delegate at the meeting with Councilmember Hooten as the first alternate and Councilmember Downey as the second alternate. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
All right. So now move on to item number 8, discussion regarding next steps for animal care and control services in the city. Did you want to start this off, Manager Flora?
I mean, I can be brief if you want. Yeah, so on August 7th, the council held discussion regarding the city's contract for animal care and control services with North Bay Animal Services. At that meeting, the council decided to terminate the contract with North Bay Animal Services. Per the direction of the council, I provided a notice of termination to North Bay Animal Services on August 15th. And then additionally, at the August 7th meeting, the council directed to bring back an item to discuss next steps. Moving forward, whether it included an RFP or whatever. So I think that's what we're here to discuss.
Okay, so we are here to discuss the RFP.
Well, the process that you
That
want to.
process for it, yes.
I mean, there was issuing an RFP was mentioned by a number of you at that time, but you know, I need direction on exactly how you want to handle this. So.
That would certainly be, I have no reason to change that direction that we discussed before. I would like to to have you and staff prepare an RFP request for proposal. That would be to request proposal from a company or group that is interested in taking over the animal services and providing the animal services going forward. So that's a step that we have to make in the case of something that's certainly of this size. So what we're looking to do now is direct our staff. There are some things that I'd like to see in it, and I think maybe perhaps other members of the staff would like to see in this RFP in the way of, I don't want to get into detailed items. There are a number of samples of RFPs out there. I believe that City Manager Flora has several already. I have another one that I would submit to him that we'll work out a proposed RFP from here, which would be brought back to council for approval. Are there any other comments on that?
I have some comments, but later on in the discussion.
Okay.
After we have from the-
Not at this moment. Okay.
I don't know if it'd be helpful. I did try to sketch out a rough timeline on what that may look at.
That would be very helpful.
I didn't really put this on a slide, but I don't know if you can see it if I share it, but I'll put it up there. So August 7th was the essentially the notice of termination date. And per the contract, that's a 6-month notice period. So I believe that works out to February 6th as the actual date. August 21st is tonight, council direction on the process. I would propose that on September 4th, we bring back an item to hopefully review and approve an RFP. On September 11th would be the RFP release date, assuming there's some changes that may need to be made per council direction. Proposing a little over 30 days for RFPs to be reviewed, basically the end of October. November would essentially encompass a proposal review process. This isn't normal process. Normally it's staff, but I'm recommending that there be 2 representatives from the city council along with staff be part of the review committee. You could also choose to have members of the public involved in that. And then there would be a scoring matrix on proposals that were received and a score given, and then the one with the highest score would be brought back after potential contract negotiation December 4th for contract approval. I'm expecting it would be ideal to have December and January as a transition and planning period, and sometime then in early February would be the official handoff. So these timelines, of course, could change some, but it just gives you an idea that the process itself is not going to happen in 30 days.
Right. Right.
And one thing I don't think I mentioned, but I would also recommend that 1 or 2 council members be involved in working with staff to draft RFP to bring back to council.
That I also totally agree with. Okay, now, are there any questions before I open this for public comment?
I'll have comments later.
Sure. Okay, I will open this now to public comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to comment? Need to raise your hands and be recognized, please. Yes, ma'am, you right.
Charlene Witham, and I live here in Clear Lake. I was wondering, since Mark was not here and everybody knew it last meeting, if we could revisit this, and as Mark is here, And we'd like to do this over, if at all possible.
So I think, do you want to? I think this is a period just for public comment, and we're gonna try to refrain from sort of engaging back and forth. And then the council can have a chance to respond afterwards, just to kind of keep things
Okay, but
orderly.
I mean, okay, whatever.
Thank you. Anyone else? Hey, Matt, sir, this lady's first. Oh, you, okay.
You're saying he's a hi, you guys. My name is Rita, and most of you guys I don't know because we've got a whole bunch of new people. But I started with Kathy Langmus, and she's sitting there, the pretty lady with the blonde hair. We started Animal Coalition, and we got many, many animals fixed. We had big events to raise money. So I'm starting it again. We've got our 501 in place. Okay, I have some money now. And I'm going to start having events like we had before. We had these wonderful events 2-3 times a year. The district attorney, a lot of the, well, I think Bruno's come to some, he's sitting over there. Yeah, we had wonderful, and we made a lot of money and got a lot of animals fixed. Because now senior citizens and people that are low income can't afford to go to a vet and get an animal fixed. Because you've got a dog that's the size of a Labrador is almost $1,000. They make $1,200, some of them, how are they going to do this? And they just can't, they can't do it. So we're going to start it again. And I'm hoping that when we do, the city's going to help us like they did before. A few times they would donate money, and then we would go to Lakeport. We were beggars, and we went up there and got money from them also. And I'll tell you something, you guys did the right thing by getting rid of him, because a director should be there to take care of those young ladies, and that young man ran that place. Because he was never there. He's not a very nice man. And that's all I have to say. What do you have to say?
I don't understand.
Oh, he's my backup. But thank you. And like I said, we're going to start it again. So, you know, hoping everything will work out, because that's the problem. We have too many animals because nobody can get them fixed. So, you know, this is, I'm going to tell you, we're going to get it done. And I'll be able to come and see you, Chief. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. No, you'd need to come up to the podium.
Greeting to everybody. My name is Karen Wolf, and my husband and I moved from Washington State down here 5 years ago. And people have been so kind and so nice to us and everything, and we just want to say thank you all for being who you are. Next, I'd like to comment about the fact that the animals here in Clear Lake are dearly loved, or people wouldn't have more than 3 in their house. But I think that if you could get a dog or cat neutered, spayed, whatever, for a decent price, it would cut down on the animal population more than anything else. Up in Washington, my dogs cost $40 and $60 for their neuters. And down here, they told me it was going to be $600 for a friend's dog that I was going to help to pay for. And it just flabbergasted me, because the dog's not even in there for a day. It's a day surgery. It costs you less money to go and get your hand worked on than it does to pay for a dog to get neutered. So how are we going to solve the problem unless we can lower that cost? And we can't demand the vets to do it, but there should be a cap on it, because, you know, people like my friend Ed, he has lots of animals and he comes and helps us with ours and stuff like that, but and thank you to the fire department. Some of our neighbors and I got together when the fire was across the street from our house. And we hosed down and got shovels and did what we could. But anyway, it's a community that we all need to stick together and help everybody. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Mrs. Langelis, did you want to speak now? Since we cut you off.
Kathy Langless, Clear Lake, and here we hear spay and neuter again. That seems to be the major problem here, which I brought up here before. I've been involved in spay and neuter. I've worked with Rita. We've made a lot of money. We've got a lot of them done, but there's always more. And rather than have them build up into the shelters, if we got the problem solved before they got there, that's what we need to do. Because these people in this town have no choices. They can't afford to get their animals spayed and neutered. It's simple. And it just seems to me like maybe we could come together with some funds of some sort to help them out. And the animals too. And in the long run, it would help the amount of money you have to spend to have them in the shelters. And get people to start fostering them. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I worked at a shelter in Fairfield. I know. I've never seen anything like up here, never. So that's all I can say. I mean, I've done it and I'm just letting you know. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I've seen it work like that.
Oh, I think you are pretty expert, Mrs. Langelis, with birds and horses and all kinds of animals.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other comments? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Phyllis Houston. I'm here in Clear Lake and I have some feral cats that are outside and lately we've been missing the moms have been having babies and the babies have been disappearing. Well, I found out that there's a lot of raccoons that have been coming and taking them. And now I hear them every night screaming, taking the kittens. And I've been trying to get homes for all the kittens when they're born. And I had a lot of little kids waiting for those kittens and they're gone. And I can't get rid of the cats, can't get them fixed. And I got all these raccoons now too. Help. We just can't afford to get them fixed. And the noise is killing me. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, sir.
First of all, I'd like to thank Vice Mayor Sluden and the city manager for meeting with us regarding animal control. I still feel that the procedure was flawed and that should be reviewed and the appropriate action taken with that. But again, we need a spay and neuter clinic. We're working on something. We discussed it with the vice mayor. Okay. It's a medium shot. It's not a long shot. It looks like it's gonna work. But it's gonna require everybody to work together and put the differences aside. We're all one unit here in Clear Lake. And we need to come together and find a level ground. Because if one does this and one does that, we're achieving a little bit to where possibly we can get a vet here and get the SPCA open 5 days a week. That would, fix thousands of animals. And we can get a hold. And it's not a hold that we can have overnight. It's going to take time. So, I'm just asking that the council consider, I feel my own personal, okay, the person we have there now is a good man. He cares for the animals. And that's evident every day, whether he's here or he's half a world away, he's still in contact. And yeah, there are things that need to fix. But just like anything else, we need to do things the right way. They haven't been this time. And I'm just asking the council to look at that and really do some soul searching. We need to fix the problem. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. You need to be recognized, but that's okay.
What? Oh, sorry. I've never spoken at anything like this. Okay. Good evening. My name is Danielle, and I've been working at North Bay Animal Services since November of 2023. When I first started, I had never worked in an animal shelter before. At that time, the previous person in charge was still on staff. Large dogs such as shepherds, huskies, and pit bulls were being kept in crates. After that person left, we discovered significant gaps in record keeping. Many foster dogs had been placed without contact information, and in some cases, we didn't even know the names of the fosters. Since then, our operations have improved greatly. We now rely on very few crates, and I believe our officers are doing an incredible job with the limited resources and space we have. What I do not believe in is euthanizing animals simply because they have quirks or behavioral challenges. We don't treat people that way. Our justice system doesn't automatically put difficult or flawed individuals on death row, and I don't believe innocent animals should be treated as disposable either. They deserve patience, compassion, and the chance for rehabilitation. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Now behind you. Please introduce yourself. You're from.
My name is Lisa Elledge, and I have lived in Clear Lake for over a decade now. I was raised by a mother who rescued animals. Because my mother rescued animals, I am an animal rescuer. And because we set that legacy, my adult children are animal rescuers. We do not agree with a kill shelter. I am violently, vehemently opposed to a kill shelter. Animals are not disposable. They are not killable. They are not garbage. They deserve to be treated with love and respect. How we treat the least of us is indicative of us as human beings and a society. I want to know if Mark is going to be able to submit one of those contracts that you were talking about.
Anybody can submit a contract.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Kathy Plowman, and I want to start out by saying that I have worked with Rita and we're having our differences right now and stuff, but I do care about her. We made a lot of money. She made a lot of money for the animals. And right now she has a problem with Mark. That's between them. But what I want to say is that the girls have told me over and over, they will work with nobody but North Bay. If it changes, they're out of there. They're not going to work for a kill shelter and they're not going to work for anybody else. So I'm hoping that we could all come together, because everybody knew that the last time we had the meeting that he was not here because he was with his daughter's graduation. And so everybody knew that, but everybody was pretending that they didn't know that where he was. So anyway, I just like to say that I hope we can move forward. We can work together. We all pull together. We can make this work. And I'm hoping that Rita and all of us can pull together. I hope we overlook our differences and we come together for the love of the animals and we get it done and stuff. And you guys might not be that happy with Mark, but I'm going to tell you what, one thing is he's not putting a lot of animals down. That's for sure. Not like the last person that was in there. So anyway.
Any other comments? Joyce? I'm sorry, Julia, did you want?
So I kind of want to get back on the subject of the proposal that you're going out for. I think one of the worst things I think that's happened here, and I'm not saying anybody's bad or good, this has been on kind of an experience for all of us, learning process. But I do think in the proposal that you must have somebody in charge all the time. I think that's been the biggest problem here, is that we haven't had a manager that when something needs to happen, without them calling out to somebody to get permission to do it. So I really think in the proposal, when you go out, that there really needs to be something stipulated, that there has to be somebody in control that can make the decisions when something needs to be made. I mean, personally, I had an experience of, we needed them to come pick up a dog that got hit on the road. I ended up calling Petaluma. They never said anybody. What I got was an email saying, here's your request form. Okay, the dog was on the road. We needed somebody immediately, but there was nobody here to make that decision. So that's kind of the concerns that I have. I mean, nothing's going to be, I don't care who runs this place. There's going to be complaints. Nothing's going to be perfect. And I'm not saying they're not going to go out and kill every dog. I mean, that's ridiculous for everybody to sit here and say that. It's not going to happen. But you can't keep a dog in cages for 2 years either, so. And, it's really wonderful. Everybody loves these animals. But if people were being responsible, we wouldn't be having these problems. So obviously there's no responsibility for these people. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but these people that are getting up here and telling me they have 15, 20 dogs, well, that's a kennel license. Do they have kennel license? That's another thing that we need to be on top of. These people become hoarders of animals. And that is also another dangerous thing when they say we can't get them spayed and neutered. Well, if you have 15 animals and you can't get them spayed and neutered, you should not have 15 animals. So, we need to start putting limits. It's really wonderful. These people love these animals. I mean, I love animals. I grew up on a farm. But, there's stipulations. We have to figure out as a team how to make these things happen. And I love that people want to foster, but they can't foster 20 animals. That's not even a reasonable thing. We need to find more foster, or they need to get kennel license so that they're watched and actually taken care of. Because I've been by some of these places that have 15, 20 animals, and it's not a good situation either. So I'd rather see them in a cage, really. So, I mean, I think we've had some complaints on them when I was sitting on city council, and it doesn't seem to be changing a lot. But I do think we need to be more strict when we go out for that proposal. So since we were talking about the proposal, I wanted to make sure you guys understood what I was thinking about.
Thank you for bringing that back to that. Julia, did you want to speak?
Okay, so I'm Julia. I'm an officer for North Bay Animal Services. I do understand that all of you are kind of saying you're not pushing for a kill shelter, but the honest truth is most shelters are. This dog right here, Clutch, when we first got him, he was pretty aggressive, not like majorly, but we did take some time to rehabilitate him, and now he is where he is today and able to come here and be around this many people. So I feel like that's just kind of an example right there of why you shouldn't. I understand people want to euthanize to make space, but when we're not given enough space to begin with, we'd be basically euthanizing every dog that comes through there. You guys have shown concerns about the shop having dogs in it. And without the shop, we have, I think, 22 kennels. And with the amount of dogs in Clear Lake that are coming through the shelter, it's not possible. I also, sorry. So yeah, like I said, that's not really plausible with the amount of kennels that we have. And we would like to pick up more dogs as well, but when we're being told by some of you as well that we can't be bringing any more healthy dogs in because of the fact that we're too full, there's not much that we can do with that. And if you have a question, I'd be happy to talk to you about that because I have been told multiple times by different people not to bring in dogs.
Vice Mayor Slotin has a question.
How long have you had that dog in the shelter?
We've had him probably about a year. It took us maybe 6 months to get him adoptable.
Thank you.
So,
How many, no, I'm not gonna ask. Well, what's the longest term time that a dog is now in the shelter? How many months, years, whatever?
the longest that we have there now, I believe, would be about a year, maybe year and a half.
Only a year?
We just had our longest resident that was there for 3 years. He was just adopted. So that is also proof right there that it can.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Comments? Okay. Are there any, there's no more questions in the, no more comments rather? There's a comment over here.
My name is Barbara Stubblefield. I live in the city of Clear Lake. My daughter works for North Bay. Danielle, the very nervous Nancy, yes, she gets that from me. So I understand the contract is terminated. I get that. My biggest concern is for these young ladies and young man at this point on where their future is. And when you guys put the contract out, is it going to include, I know you guys have discussions that you have to have, but potentially could it include continuing employment for these individuals? Could there be a contingency that it be a no-kill shelter? I mean, these are just some ideas. I know we're trying to get back on the subject of the RFP itself. And these are a lot of my big concerns because I know there needs to be change. I've been volunteering at the shelter since my daughter started there. So I know there needs to be change. But just terminating a contract, I don't agree with, but that's my personal opinion. But just as far as the RFP is concerned, if you guys could take into consideration the employment and putting in that it be a requirement that it be a no-kill shelter.
This is a good chance for me to say something that I wanted to say anyway. With regard to you folks, you employees up here, as I said last week, I think you folks have done the best job you can do here. I have no problems with that. And if it's up to me, I would at least put in there that employment should be considered, continuing employment should be considered for the employees that are there now, if they so wish to stay. The ultimate answer to that is just going to be up to whoever gets the contract. But I would encourage that same thing because I think the world of these folks that are working hard up here. I've gotten to know Julia a little bit because we've picked up a couple dogs together, actually. And I want to see you folks stay employed. I don't want to see you without a jobs. But at the end of the day, it will be a new contract and it will be up to whoever that new contractor is. With regard to the kill, no kill, I don't think we've ever said that we want to make this a kill shelter or not a no kill shelter. What I said is that euthanasia has, as distasteful as it is got to be a part of the equation at some point. And no one wants to kill a dog. I certainly don't. I have animals, I've had them all my life. I would hate to see that, but at some point, what's the, again, if you have an animal that's aggressive, is bitten people repeatedly, those are factors you have to take into account. There are reasons, and I wouldn't ever want to see a dog just, he's been in that kennel too long, let's take him out and kill him. That's not what this is about. the cost, you've all talked about the cost of neutering and spaying, and I'm with you. $600 to $800 for a dog. I don't know, probably several $100s for.
Mr. Mayor, I recommend that we let
Terminate
public
this.
comment
Okay.
proceed and then, so the whole council has an opportunity to respond.
Yeah, good point.
I
Anyway,
just-
those are my thoughts. So
I was
For what
just
it's worth.
asking if that was something you guys could put contingencies on the RFP. I've written multiple RFPs myself for different things within my district, so I know that I can add contingencies, that these are things that need to take place
They-
with a new contract.
they would certainly be in the considerations that we're looking at.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. She the second? You've already, ma'am, you've already been up.
You've already had your
I'm-
3 minutes.
Pardon me?
I just need to say one more thing.
All right.
Okay, you guys knew he wasn't gonna be here last week. I'm finding
Ma'am,
out that
no,
there are
I'm
part,
cutting you off right
there
there.
are contractual
Ma'am,
things.
that's
that-
not correct, ma'am. That's not correct, and that's not where we're going with this. We're going
You
forward.
did know, though.
No, I did not, but
Let,
you sit down.
let's refrain from arguing back and
Yeah.
forth.
Okay,
You've
okay,
already
I-
had your time to
Please
Say
comment.
one more thing. There are,
Please sit down.
contractual things
Wait,
that
ma'am,
neither side
ma'am,
has taken
please
care of.
sit down.
Yes, sir.
Now, is there anyone else that hasn't talked, hasn't made a comment that would like to? Okay, is there anybody on Zoom?
There are no comments on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. We'll bring this back now then for consideration by council. Mr. Vice Mayor, you've had something you wanted to say. Do you want to say it now?
Yeah, I'll start. Obviously, people on both sides of me were very involved in the early discussions on it, and I didn't quite agree with all that. So I want to suggest that 2 people from the city council, Mary and Jessica, be part of the group that works with our city manager to prepare an RFP. That's my suggestion.
Well, that's fine. Nora, Councilmember Downey.
I'd have to say that I do disagree with your suggestion, seeing as I have not been as involved with any of the early stages of this. I know that Ms. Downey does a lot of volunteering in this area and has more of an insight than I do on this, and I believe that Russell's probably also Mr. Mayor's probably also more qualified than myself to be making suggestions on RFP, so I would like to decline from your suggestion.
Okay.
Councilmember Wilson, any comments?
I'm fine with the suggestion. I'm not as versed on the topic, but I have considerable experience working on putting together RFPs.
Okay. Well, I disagree with Vice Mayor Slotin as well. I believe that Councilmember Downey and I have been working on this from the beginning. We have more of a background of information on it, and I definitely would like to stay involved and be one of those 2 people working on the RFP, because I've done a lot of research already on it. I'm sorry. What part did you miss? All of it. Said, I believe that Councilmember Downey and myself are the best qualified to be involved in this RFP. Making it, we've gathered a lot of background information, talked to other shelters, actually, talked to other rescues. And I believe that we're the most qualified to help design the RFP. And the RFP, I would suggest, hopefully will go out. I would suggest that it goes out beyond certainly just our immediate area, that at least we have a regional distribution. Am I going too far here?
No. I have a
You were
suggestion.
standing up.
No, sorry.
So that would be my comments on that. And I think it's time to give
I have a question.
Councilmember Downey.
I would like to clear the air on that statement you made. I didn't know Russ until I was elected as a city council member. And about 2 months ago, Russ and I couldn't be in the same room together. And we've worked together and we have a good working relationship together now. So just for the record, I would like everyone to know that. Thank you.
I have a question. So
Well said.
the RFP, that will be a public document? The
Well-
request, I'm sorry, the request for the RFP, the terms, will that be a public document?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so
Yeah, it goes out.
everybody will have the opportunity to see what we're
Yeah.
asking for in a future.
And what I was gonna suggest about the kind of discussion about two members of the council, every member of the council can contribute and can weigh in on and work with Alan, as long as there's no quorum, you know, one person can come in and contribute, or two can come in and contribute. You know, it doesn't sound like we have an agendized item, take a motion on like a subcommittee quite yet. It doesn't sound like we're exactly ready for that. So I'd suggest just putting off a formal vote on appointing.
All right, take that under advisement.
But I hope that clearing that up, that it will be public, so everyone will have the opportunity to review what we're looking for.
You can't talk from the audience.
Yeah. I think
They went over the timeline.
the timeline was gone over, and that's what we'll be looking at. Obviously, the timeline is not exact to the day, but it's a pretty good, I think it gives you a pretty good idea when things will be happening. Is that a fair statement, Mr. City Manager?
I mean, it depends on a number of things, but you know, that's the idea, is that it's a approximate timelines that give you an idea that this is gonna take some time and the number of steps involved and so forth.
Okay. Thank you. So is the consensus to go ahead with, I think we're giving you direction by consensus, or do you want to vote on that?
Yeah, you can give me direction by consensus.
Okay. We want city manager to go forward with RFP development? Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
We don't have a choice.
Okay. So I think you have your direction.
Okay, so actually, I do believe that I would like to have clarity on who I'm gonna be working with on this, because the timeline that I presented actually had RFP coming back at the next council meeting for consideration. So
It would be,
It
it would be Russ and I.
would be, yeah, Councilmember Downey and myself.
and we have a majority that supports that.
I think we do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
We still have a meeting going on. If we can have the audience to please keep it down a little bit while we conduct business. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Downey, and appoint you Sergeant of Arms. Yeah, so, thank you. All right, we'll move on now to, I guess we're ready to move on to city manager reports. It went on so long and I kind of lost the place here. Mr. Flora.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council members. Few updates I wanted to share. We haven't had a lot of activity in our homestead program lately, but we have had one young lady who's been hanging on for over a year trying to build a new house under that program. It's been held up for almost a year now by Lake County Special Districts. Ultimately, she came to the conclusion that it wasn't worth moving forward because of the challenges placed in front of her on that. So she has notified us that she's withdrawing from the program, and we had already given her the lot and had the agreement in place. So we're gonna have to bring that forward again to the council to take the lot back. So unfortunate ending to what had been a good program.
Will she voluntarily hand the lot back then?
Yeah. We had it in the newsletter today, but the tree that came down in Austin Park, well, I guess last week, contrary to some of the Facebook arborists out there, it was not killed by too much water. It was killed by the Mediterranean oak borer, which is a beetle you may have heard about that's running rampant through California.
Excuse me, sir, you have to leave the door open.
Sure, leave the door open.
I can try to speak up a little bit as well, but so this hasn't been something that's really been on my radar too much, but the arborist that analyzed the tree and took the tree down is concerned that it's already in some of the oaks on the beach side and around the area. We know that there's been some of the beetles in town and other spots. So I did have a meeting with Clerk yesterday who's doing some work in this area. They're going to be having their arborists look at this, but just getting this on the council's radar, and I'm not sure there's not like good solutions to addressing this. There isn't like some insecticide or anything like that. You literally just have to take the infected part of the tree out and hopefully stop it there. So may see more coming on that. Also in our newsletter, just wanted to make sure that you saw this Canocti Gardens, the affordable housing project on I-53 has some vacancies right now, particularly for farm workers. So if you know anyone who may be interested in that, it's a less than a year old complex. So be a good option for some folks. Staff's doing quite a bit of work on business license compliance. We discovered that a number of even long-term businesses haven't been applying for their business licenses lately. So just a little warning on that in case you get any complaints that as our enforcement efforts step up around that. The Boyles Fire, it's been a long road because of resources being deployed to Los Angeles, but we do have 3 property owners that are currently rebuilding their homes right now. So it's good to see that starting a little bit. Negative update on the Lakeshore Apartments receivership again. There was supposed to be a hearing next week. We just got word today that the judge has delayed that hearing again now to September 8th. So it's unfortunate to see no progress there. Our staff, both Public Works and Code Enforcement, has been doing a lot of work cleaning and securing the area of the lower avenues and flats. This is the area north of Dam Road where both the Boyles Fire and Cash Fire started. So we've had a lot of extra funding we've been able to put into cleaning things up, and now we're working on trying to secure the area so there's not access for additional illegal dumping and other illegal activity out there. And then I mentioned I met with the clerk this week. One thing was about the MOB beetle. The other thing is trying to find out where we are on the priority list for a lot of fire mitigation work. So they had a lot of funds that they were concerned about being clawed back by the federal government. I believe all those funds are now in place. And in fact, just recently, they got an additional $2 million that was allocated specifically for mitigation work in Clear Lake. So there's going to be some coordination with code enforcement, but they are actively working on getting back to work here in the city, and we're hoping to see some big impacts, particularly on the eastern side of town. So with that, that's my report.
If I may just add one thing to that. And clerk also now has the ability to go beyond just the North Shore Hogsback Ridge crew. They can hire any contractor, and they have a long list of contractors that they can work with. So that hopefully will help getting to us sooner and doing a lot more work for in the city. That's all. I'm sorry. Are you done? Or do you have more? Okay, starting from my left, Councilmember Hooten.
I have nothing to report.
Councilmember Wilson.
I have to admit, I don't remember the name of the committee that I attended today. It was- had to do with water. And it's the committee that is putting on the trasher hunt. The.
Oh, we got that map, didn't we, today?
Yes, we did, but I went and, it's a coastal cleanup on September 20th from 9 to 12. My understanding is the cleanup is going to be in Lakeport. They said on their website that there's going to be other Clear Lake locations, but they didn't have anything as of today. They also talked about adopted drain and that they updated their website.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Wilson, Councilmember Downey,
I have nothing to report.
Vice Mayor.
I attended on the 13th, the APC meeting. I didn't remember any great,
I was hoping you would.
I don't remember a whole lot about it anymore. Because must have been uneventful, I guess. I did attend it also on last Thursday at the Lake County Recreation Agency Board meeting, which we finalized the vision statements and things like that. So we worked on that. I did meet also together with Jessica, the rental registration meeting with the board, with the representative of the Board of Realtors, and I thought it went very well.
Okay.
That's my report.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I also attended the APC meeting and I don't remember anything of great importance either. Other than Caltrans is gonna be, what, 5 years out at the least before they get onto the next section of Highway 29?
Yeah. I do remember one thing.
Go ahead.
The intersection, we're working on a roundabout at Dam Road.
Yes.
And they now talking about on 53 and old 53 and 53 there to do a roundabout there. So you have like two roundabouts right next to each other. Didn't make sense to me. That's just me.
Have to agree.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, no, I feel the same way.
Late, I guess.
Clerk? Okay, I attended a clerk finance committee meeting and that's where we actually discussed what I was mentioning. The clerk now has the ability to go beyond just the one Hogsback Ridge crew. So with the ability to contract with contractors around the area, and they have a long list of them, we expect that the pace of these projects will pick up, and hopefully that'll come back to Clear Lake sooner rather than later. That was really about the only ones of consequence I want to comment on now too. So that's all in my report.
All right.
Future agenda items. Does anyone have any future agenda items they want to introduce? Okay. And I think we're about done. Except for to adjourn to closed session at 7:19.